Problem with my Dh520 receiver. I'm trying to get my N64 and other consoles, anything that uses an RCA port, to work. The audio is working fine. I've used OEM cables and this aftermarket third-party thing to get audio to the receiver. The problem is the video. Right now I've got an HDMI cable that I know works because I'm able to get the audio from my computer to the receiver, and that way I can just play games on my computer and get the audio to the receiver. But for some reason I'm not able to get video out from the HDMI port on this to the HDMI port on my Asus monitor. And I know my monitor isn't the problem. Maybe it's because this is a Sony receiver and that's an Asus monitor, and it has to be some kind of a TV that supports whatever technology the Sony is using. So I'm pretty much out of ideas. I've tried different ports with the RCA stuff. It really shouldn't matter again because I'm able to get audio. I should be able to get video. It could be that it's only able to output analog to analog stuff. Like it can't output a analog to HDMI thing. But it's got all these options for pass-through with TV. So, you know, it shouldn't be excluding an HDMI output as something that it can send the signal to. I've tried messing around with the menu. This is Control HDMI. I've tried turning it off and on. This says pass through. I've tried using on, auto, and off. Same result. I've tried, well, audio out isn't going to matter. H assign. I'm guessing that might be for HDMI assignment. But I've also tried hooking that cable up to different ports. But for some reason they decided that their ports were only going to be one directional. It can only accept inputs, and it's only got one output for HDMI for this receiver. So I've tried the menu, I've tried different cables, I've tried different ports. My monitor is set up correctly. It can accept an HDMI signal, but it's getting no signal from the receiver. So I know it's not my monitor that's a problem. It can get signal from my computer to the monitor via that same HDMI cable, but it can't get it from the receiver to that monitor. So I think the problem here is with the receiver. It's from 2012, and my monitor is from 2014, so there's not really that big of a gap in time between those two that should be a problem. So tell me what to do, please. I'm open to suggestions as long as it's not something expensive or crazy.